Hi, Carol here, and welcome back to my craft room. Well, it's nail polish art time again. I want to get a lot of cards made with each of these beautiful backgrounds by just putting nail polish in water and dipping your watercolor cardstock through, and this is what you end up with, and it's absolutely beautiful. I was recently watching a video on a channel I subscribe to, Mirror Me Art, and Marta was showing how to do these flowers out of hot glue. Now, a few years back, I used to do this technique, but making balloons. The same technique works for either one, flowers or balloons. All you're going to do is make a teardrop. The more you put at the base of the teardrop, the widest spot, the higher you put your hot glue, the more it's going to expand out and it's going to give you a fatter flower. So remember that when you do it. I have the Ken Oliver mat down, and then I'll grab my heart spatula that I got at Michael's, and there you go, easy peasy. What's nice about this is you get a flat flower. It looks identical to vellum, which is beautiful, yet it will stand the test of time that vellum may not, especially going through the mail. And I was just practicing here with different centers. And I'm going to leave Marta's channel in the description box where I saw this originally making flowers. And please try it making balloons, like single teardrops. You can make them long or add the height to them and flatten them out. And you have beautiful balloons that you can use. And I'm going to show you in a little bit that you can actually color these with ink, Copics, Sharpies, and get all different types of styles of these flowers. So here I'm going over them and attaching them like this. Now this is for a flat flower. I want to remind you that if you drag it, see how I'm adding more at the base? Just so that when I flatten it out, it will smush fat and it will give you a nice plump flower. You can change it up just by adding different centers as well. Excuse me. And I find after some practice here that the higher up, see how you have that? And if you put a wider center stone in there, you won't be able to see where you have the smallest part of the drag on the hot glue gun. So this daisy just looked so cute, and the yellow looked really nice on the blue, although I don't use it on the card we're going to do today, but it did look cute. And this is a practice run, and I'll also show you how to do dimensional flowers using the hot glue gun instead of these flat ones. And look at this, if you just add it there, you get that beautiful look of vellum mixed together with plastic. Hot glue, fancy that. Whatever size flower center you have, that's how I'm judging how much glue I put down. You can see the small portion here, and I'm making it quite chunky on the height. And then I just put down the Ken Oliver mat, add to the heart spatula, and look at that. You'll grow a flower right before your eyes, right there. And you could pile them on top of each other, but as I was working on this, I realized that if you did them singly and you grabbed them right away before they had time to completely cool, you have an advantage of making it actually ripple like a flower, and it'll stay that shape because it'll dry after you've picked it up off your mat when you've picked it up warm, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But look at that look. It's just beauteous, isn't it? I just loved it. And I thought, I have got to do this with flowers. Thank you, Marta. That was a very good tutorial, and you'll enjoy it. I'll put the link in the description bar. Well, there goes our little birdies. So what I thought I would do this time is I would take some coloring mediums and see what worked well to make colored flowers, just in case you wanted to put it on white or black cardstock. Wouldn't these look pretty on black with the clear hot glue flower petals? Oh, I think it's gorgeous. So I put this down like this, and I thought, okay, I'm going to take out my Zig Clean Color watercolor pens, and look at that. And it's beautiful. Plus, if you put some color down on your mat and put the hot glue directly over whatever color you scribble on the mat there, it will come out in the hot glue and you will get a marbled look. So if you want to have that look of marble, like I just said, just scribble some watercolor or Copic down on your mat and then put the hot glue, and then it will just bloom out, and it does look fantastic. Here I put it right over I put the hot glue, then I colored it with the clean Zig marker, and then I put glue over top of that so that the marker wouldn't move and you got some dimension on this. So once again, I'm adding some glue to the inside, so that way you have one big round circle on every V inside there. See how I've done that? Flatten it out. Just a whole lot of experimenting. That's what this is. And you want to make sure that it is a little cool, and then pick it up, and it is beautiful. The nice thing about this as well is you can cut it with your scissors. You can make like a pansy shape around the edges, and really sky's the limit on making flowers with the hot glue. I think it's very pretty. And if you want to make balloons, all you do is put the shape down that you want, pile it high if you want it to expand. If you want to have like the sausage looking balloons, just put a whole lot of glue, not like a teardrop though, just consistent in going down, I'd say about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, and then squish it down slowly, and you'll get a beautiful oblong style balloon. It's so pretty. So here I put directly to the mat, I put some clean color Zig markers. I put it on the mat, then I put the hot glue over top of the watercolor, and look at, you get marbling on the back of your flower. Now I'm building a flower one petal at a time. Beautiful, and I'll show you how that turned out later on. While I had the base plate out, I put a few dies down. I'm going to use the Hello, and I also love this intricate flower die from Penny Black. So I'm taking that out of the die and just picking the guts out with my pokey tool, and I'm going to set that aside because this is going to go on the vellum envelope I'm going to make next. Isn't that pretty? I love Penny Black dies. They're just gorgeous. And I'm trying to find that for you so you can stop the video to get that number if you're interested in that die. And moving right along, I decided to take out the Hello out of the bottom of this one piece that we used the nail art on. And then as I did that, I was going to use it on the actual card I'm making out of vellum. But I thought to myself, okay, I have that, but wouldn't it be nice to, yeah, that's the ghost effect that I'm going to use, but I'm not going to use the colored Hello. But if you put a black piece, if you die cut it, yeah, let me clean up for you. But if you put that black piece down on the inside of whatever cutout, isn't that nice looking? Over top of vellum, it would look so pretty, even over top of white. And there's just so many possibilities with this nail art. It's crazy. But I took that out. I'm going to do something else with it, but I thought I would just show you. I thought it was kind of pretty. The card that I'm making out of the vellum, this is the 40-pound Stampin' Up! Vellum. It's so tweet, but it's very thick, and that's the effect I wanted to get. I didn't want you to be able to see through it really well, and I'll show you why later on. But this die that I'm using by Sizzix is a 5 by 7 inch die, and I've used it many times in other projects. I'm scoring it here just to show you that the 40-pound vellum takes scoring really well. It doesn't crack. It keeps the shape. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to work with this, and then because the die is 5 by, just short of, I think it's shy of 5 by 7. And like I said, I will put the number down of the die because many people have asked me which Sizzix die this is that I use quite a bit. And I finally found the number for it, and it's coming up in just a little bit. So I'm taking my little guillotine cutter, and I saw that at Michael's. It was $21.99. So if you get a 55% coupon, that's a good deal. So here we go. It's the Sizzix 65904C. How's that? 659004C for Carol. And it's a beautiful die. So I grabbed one of those nail art backgrounds, ran it through the Vagabond, and look at the beauty of that. That would look gorgeous on white, but honestly, it looked so, I don't know what the word is. It was just, I don't want to say gorgeous. It was so kind of like vintage, shabby chic, luscious. That is so funny. That was Buffalo Stampin' Stuff. You know, Sharon's store that I get my supplies. Yeah, woo. She just called and said my Big Shot Pro platform, the magnetic one, is in, and my Tim Holtz Oxide Distress ink cubes are in. So there's 12 of them. I can't wait to get over and pick those up. I also ordered the new platform, but that will be a while. So thank you very much, Buffalo Stampin' Stuff, for giving me a call. Yeah, now I'm really excited to be able to use the magnet on the Big Shot Pro. That'll be great. So here are those stickers I get at Sharon's store, and I love them. They're $2.50 a pack, and they're all kinds of borders and flowers and beautiful stickers. I'm not a sticker person like for cartoony stuff like that, you know, that you can get at the Dollar Tree or something like that. But I do love this beautiful intricate stickers for around the edges of vellum especially. And so I took some white and silver, and I'm going to put it on the outside, the back of the card. And I think I added also over top on the inside so that you didn't see the back of the stickers. And these are wonderful. Here they are right here. I think it's called Star Form. I'm not sure. I just know I get them over at Sharon's store at Buffalo Stampin' Stuff. And they're $2.50 a pack, and you get tons of them per pack. It's wonderful. So I'm just cutting it off. I thought a border would just add something to this vellum card. And then I'm going to do a paper vellum envelope for you next. I just didn't want to take all day in this video to do both the envelope and the card. But I think you're really going to love the look of this with the nail art background and these gorgeous stickers. Now, all the die cuts I ran through my 5-inch Xyron machine to get the sticky on the back of everything, because this is quite a big die and it has a lot of intricate pieces, kind of like fence work there, as you can see. And I'm going to show you something that really works for me with intricate dies when putting them down on vellum or cardstock. And it's simply that you just rub it with your finger. So here I'm going through, cutting it off. I love this 5-inch for this, you know, for 5 by 7, anything up to 5 inches. And this is going to cover the back. And I'm looking at it here because the back is so nice to use to write your message to the recipient on. I was struggling on which side to make sticky, but I ended up making the really nice side sticky because I will show you why in just a bit. And then I had a piece of foiled cardstock. There's that beautiful intricate die. And I'm just running every one of them through here. I find this so clean and simple using this method with just rubbing the glue with my fingers And you can put a bit of baby powder down too as well. I've shown you that in previous videos. So now I'm doing the back of the card with this beautiful white with silver trim sticker strips. And isn't that pretty? I love this 40-pound Stampin' Up! Vellum. It is beautiful. And I love the fact it doesn't crack in the fold. That is a bonus. Now I wanted to get some deep colors like a black on there with the white and silver. So I grabbed some more of that beautiful sticker fun right there. And it has edges, it has border, it has so much. These are beautiful. And I had just one strip left. Look at this. It took up the left side of this card perfectly. And I just think it's beautiful. It's very vintage, antique looking, so pretty. And it gave me some interest. And then I grabbed the white stickers and it had some flowers. I wanted to add something to this corner on the right. And then I took some leaves off and added it to the other side, just cutting a little bit off. And isn't it pretty? I'm telling you, this sticker art is gorgeous and the price is so economical. I love going to Sharon's store and just looking through all of the different patterns this has. I saw koi fish in black and white and all kinds of different art. And for $2.50 a package, I think it's great. Once I get all this situated, I think I put that leaf over on the other side. I pick it up. That's how easy it is to move and manipulate on vellum. It's gorgeous, and once you tap it down, it's there to stay. I just love vellum cards. So now we'll move along, and I'll show you what I do to take the stickiness off. First, I run a spatula across there, your bone folder, whatever has a nice edge. I take the top off, and then I put a little bit of baby powder on the tips of my fingers. And that way, when I rub it across there to get all of the glue that's in between all the holes of this die, it comes off in just like little gummy balls, like little goobers all over. And if you just keep doing it, you can roll it into one big goober. Yeah, put it right in the garbage. I don't know if there's a technical word for crafting goobers, but that's exactly what I'm taking off. And the little bit of baby powder on the end of my fingertips helps me to, smooth it out. You don't have to have it, but it does help a bit. And here I'm situating it. I'm putting the wax from the Xyron, the other side of the Xyron roll that I used to take off. And now I'll situate my little flowers, my glue gun flowers. But first, you have to take off the hello, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just making those little goober balls, and that's my new word for using this, is for taking off the glue. It's glue goober balls, and you want to take it off and throw it in the garbage, and then it is smooth as silk once all of that glue is off, and it's easy peasy really. And then this holograph beautiful hello that I die cut out of Heidi Swap foil is wonderful. I'll just take the pick to the end of this tool I have, and it cleans it entirely all over. It looks so nice. Nice and shabby chicy vintage, doesn't it? I just love this card. I love any card made on vellum, and I love these hot glue gun flowers. I think they're precious. Now we're going to put a bit of glue on the back. I'm trying to situate them. I end up making another one in the video for you so I can show you how it looks to make a curved petal with them individually. I think that's the nice way of doing it. And I don't like that greeny one there. I'm going to end up taking that off. But here we go. Just add I want some small, like a smaller flower, so you can see how much I'm putting on there. It doesn't take very long to actually cool it off, giving it, if you roll it off now like I'm doing, you're going to get that little wee lift on it. So the petals almost look like peonies. It's so pretty. It's not entirely flat because you've kind of curled it with your finger like that and rolled it off. And then we're going to make a real pretty flower. Like just I add 3 more just right in a row, and then we will create the flower together. And see how it's just like a little raindrop, but nice and high. And then when you flatten that out, you have a beautiful shape there. I just don't want you to drag it too far because you end up with the balloon look on there. But you can cut it off with scissors, so really it doesn't matter. Remembering the higher you put the glue, like the more glue you put on that round circle, the plumper it's going to turn out, which is really pretty. So we will do it all separately and kind of curl it up so you get that nice ripple effect on each petal. So pretty. That way you have the flat flowers and you also have some dimension, which is really pretty. And you can put this through the mail, but you will have to do it in a bubble wrap. I'm going to make the matching envelope and then put both into a bubble wrap mailing envelope to send it out. And there you go. I'm just finding the way to put it, and my little birdie's going, oh, look. Ooh, I like that. Nice and dimensional. Pretty. Yeah, I had to put my blue little birdie in there. I think it's so cute. Look at that. He must have hit the ceiling because it bounced my camcorder. Yes, I do have a huge imagination, don't I? Well, we are just finishing up. I wanted to show you those Walmart beautiful centers. They're so pretty and very affordable too. I got those last year. I'm hoping they still have some in there. I put that down on the edge, but I don't like that green color right there. So I end up taking my scissors, and here I'm just making some tiny petals. I want to put these behind the flower we just made, just to have them flat underneath. That way it'll raise up the bigger ones. Here you'll see how I do that. I just lift it up and add just a little bit behind each petal, and that way I have 7 little petals, an odd number. I'm going to grab the scissors and just cut that green little center out. I didn't like that. It didn't go with it at all. And then I put this raindrop matte kind of look of pearl there in the center of that flower underneath. Isn't it pretty? It just looks like a dew. A dew. I bid you adieu. No, it looks like a dewdrop, doesn't it? Now here's the inside. So you lift it up, and I'm just making sure there's no little glue pieces there. That's what I'm doing. And I need to add some weight to that side right there. So I have weight on the front, and now I will have weight on the inside. But I want to write my sentiment. Remember, we put the sticky on the pink side. So once I rub all of the little goobers off here, my sticky goobers, and I form a little ball, there it is there. See, throw it in the garbage. And then you don't have any glue to have to deal with. You lift it up, and this is the side I want to write my note on in the center there. The reason I put the sticky on the hot pink side, so that when you place this on the back, I'm going to write my note on actually the back side of the card. You know how I like to do all 4 sides of my cards. I think it just adds a little something something to my cards. And I'm going to place it so that it's even with the blue die cut right across from it, so everything matches when you close. I'm just going over to make sure there's no sticky on it, and that will be the back of the card. And when you close it, you can't tell it's on the back because I made it even. And look at there, you have the black to match the black nail polish on the piece that was sticky showing through. I think it's a very unique style of card on vellum, and it really does stand up. It's firm, just like a heavy cardstock. It has some character. It's so pretty, and the hot glue gun flowers just adds a little bit of class Here's the gemstones that I did pick up last year, 15-piece at Walmart, and I'm going to set those aside. And I really do thank you for sharing my crafting days with me. It means so much. Your comments and subscribing to my channel. And next I'm going to start on the envelope for this card. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to be a partial vellum envelope because I am going to put it in that bubble wrap card. So here we go. I'm adding diamond bling, of course, diamonds around the edge of the back here, just so that it has some character all of its own. Yeah, it's going to have diamonds. I think it's so pretty, and I enjoy doing this card for you. Love these nail art backgrounds. There's so many different techniques you can do with them, and I'm going to use another one in the envelope next, so I hope you come back and share that with me. I like the way the watercolor cardstock just got a little bit on the back of the dipped card. Actually, remember when we dipped it in the water? I dipped it with the hot pink in the front, and then it just seemed to slide over onto the back side of the cardstock, and I was able to use it so that I can write my sentiment on that, and it has some color on the edges of the die cut. I think it's very unique and really pretty with that die. So thank you once again for joining me. I'm just making sure that they're all down properly. I hope you enjoy the pictures that I put at the end. And thank you, Marta, for your tutorial on the hot glue gun flowers. I really enjoyed that, and we will put that down, take some pictures, and have yourself a blessed weekend. And I will see you on the next tutorial, my friends. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me.